I want to talk about two things before this main show ends. A, how does their command and control structure work? I mean, we know it's a philosophy, it's a pyramid, it's different lower levels of compartmentalization, A, but I mean, from a city up to the national level, international. And then B, their master plan. If they're able to get everything they want built and done, which it looks like they're able to do, what will it finally look like? When will they go ahead and wipe out 90% of us, or what's the time frame on that?
Well, I think the human race, and this is going to be painting with a very broad brush, but it's based on many years of looking at the subject from every conceivable angle. And I've traveled all around the world, from Egypt to Europe to quite literally around the world, talking to people, lecturing on this subject, and I've learned so much for others in other areas of the world. It's very rewarding to travel and hear other foreign people what they think and see how things work in their country. And I'm totally convinced that the human race is being mutated according to a scientific method. We know that there has been experiments done as far back as the 1920s and 30s of trying to crossbreed animals with humans. The Germans were doing that. There was movies made back in 1938-39 with Charles Lawton called The Island of Lost Souls. 1965, Burt Lancaster remade it called The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Let me stop you and back up what you're saying. Endgame starts getting into this. Endgame 2, or whatever I'm going to call it, will fully get into it. But all the main eugenicists, Margaret Sanger, H.G. Wells, the Princes, Prince Bernhard, said they're going to make two different species, and then BBC, while I was making the film, showed this little goblin creature that we're going to be, and then they're going to be these beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, and they hate us so much, they want to make themselves better than us, so they actively want to kill most of us and then have a clown goblin creature that they call the old humans that they laugh at.
That's exactly right. That's what I was getting to.
Okay, go ahead. I wanted to back up what you're saying, because that is so all of your research comes to the fact we know the GMO food's changing our genetics. We know we're genetically getting dumber, not just chemically. Right. Go ahead. This is massive, folks.
That's right. That's what I've been looking at for 48 years. The complete transformation and transmutation of the human spirit into a whole new kind of creature. This gets into a subject which I have been fascinated with all my life, about how to crossbreed animals and humans, and don't think it hasn't happened.
Oh, they now admit they've done it. They now admit human chimpanzee clones, human cow clones.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, yeah.
And we know that the Germans were working on this as far back as the 1920s, and of course Ivan G. Pavlov and A.R. Luria and Pavlov were working with their Pavlovian dogs, understanding how to cause people to think what they, that whole Pavlovian dog thing was part of the whole eugenics program to completely redesign the human being so that one day, ultimately one day, the human race will be so profoundly stupid and so awesomely ignorant that they will just eat and reproduce and.
But that's what George Orwell said is in 1984 by removing the language with chemicals. That's what Brave New World is about. And Huxley said, "Look, my brother runs UNESCO. This book is real. This is what the eugenicists are doing to you." And they've already got us almost trapped where they're drinking poison fluoride, they're taking the injections, they're laughing at us while they do it.
And pistol by my side.
In my gut, in my psyche, the full power of my subconscious mind, thousands of times more powerful than my limited cerebral cortex. In my bones, I know they're waging war against the species. And then lo and behold, I go to their own documents. They vitriolically say they're poisoning us, killing us, euthanizing us right now. With the nutrition we've been getting, we should be living to 130. They are waging war on us, and I, hadn't even got into Jordan Maxwell's own research on this, and I say, what's the master plan? And he says to dumb us down into a new suboid species, and you read the eugenicists, you read the government plans, they are now doing it, inserting us into a matrix. You're being sucked into your iPhone, sucked into your video games, you're already interfacing. I've got to have you up very soon, Jordan, to do a whole show on this and how they admit they're doing it. And then I've had elitists tell me, Alex, you warned them, and look, they don't even care. That's the ultimate cop-out. They have done everything for generations to dumb us down and to turn us into this. The National Banking Association 100 years ago put out memos saying, buy up the media, dumb everybody down. They're reading too much. They're chemically attacking all of you. This is their own admissions.
But it's like I was saying before, it's not even political. It's not even philosophical. It's truly demonic. Because they were crossbreeding, as I was saying before, crossbreeding animals and humans as far back as the 20s, and probably earlier than that, the 1800s, that they were talking about such kind of technology that was coming. And when you start looking at how these people are redesigning the human creature so that we will we will be able to at least have the intelligence to do a particular job that is given to us, but our brains will be blank. We can see that now everywhere in schools. Young people, you talk to them, and they're blanks. They just stare past you. They have no idea their humanity has been taken away from them.